Hey everyone, welcome back. So today I am going to be doing a brow tutorial. As you can see, I don't have my brow powder or brow pencils on, so I was excited to actually go over some of this stuff with you because I picked up from Benefit the Bigger and Bolder Brows collection. I was in Sephora a little over a week ago and I was checking out everything that was in there, and on one of the displays was all these brow kits from Benefit, and I thought that was great. Now I'm running out on some of my brow stuff that I typically use all the time, you know, from Anastasia to It Cosmetics, so I figured this would be a good opportunity to go over some of these kits. So the more I looked at them, the more I realized how much really was in, you know, they were offering in a kit, and how it can really help someone that is trying to create this look on their brows, because I know that brows are very hard to do. So the first, I picked up two. The first one that I'm going to do in this tutorial today is the Bigger and Bolder Brows collection. Now in this collection it says to build drama with this Browtiful color kit, and it comes with all of these products in here. Especially this is what attracted me to it, was the fact that it had this little utensil here for brows to actually show you how to shape your brow properly, especially if you want a straight, or if you have a straighter arch, or if you have more of an in-depth arch on the brow itself. It also comes with the brow gel and then Ready Set Brow, and I think it comes with the highbrow white definition underneath. So let's get started. I didn't want to do my brows. I just figured I'd go right into the intro with nothing on so that we can do it together. Now when I open this up, there is magic tips and tricks that comes inside of the package, and I guess it basically tells you how to build your brow the perfect way. And I was quite impressed with what I had seen, so I'm hoping that this is going to be something that is going to work for all of you as well as myself. So we'll see by the end of this tutorial if I'm really digging this set, and if it's something that I would recommend to my clients. So like I said, this is the first 2 pages, and then it tells you tip 3 and tip 4 on how to basically apply the products that are in here appropriately. So this is the case that it comes in. When you open it up, this is what it looks like. So I'm going to go step by step exactly how it says in here. So it says, tip 1, shaping the stencils, stencil me in. Pick a shaping stencil, straight or arched, and then slide it into the holder, and then you're going to place the upper edge underneath the brow bone. So this is the holder. Let's see what I have here. I'm going to put the first one in. So if I put this underneath here, I'll be able to tell which matches up. It's not too bad, this one. All right, now let me turn it over. This is look 2. No, I don't think that's good. All right, let's try straight brows. This is straight brows. This is look 1. Definitely not me, as you guys could tell. It's cutting off my hair over here. And definitely not number 2. Okay, so straight brows is not for me, so I'm going to put this one away. Yeah, that's perfect. So I figured out we're going in with arched brows, look number 1. Tip 2, it says Kabrow, brows that wow. Pull out the brush from the cap of the Kabrow. Use a tiny amount of cream gel brow color to trace along the stencil. This creates a baseline for brows, which is key to a great shape. Typically when I have to use these brow brushes, I'm not always 100% fan of them because I never know if they're going to be as thin as I like them. So hopefully this does the trick. So I am using shade number 3. Once you get the proper placement, then it works. So okay, I'm going to dip into this. I don't really see anything happening. Let's try it again. Okay, when I was in Sephora, number 3 looked like it was going to be the best color. Do the base. Let's try it again. All right, that's a little bit better. I'm not in love with it just yet. I don't typically shape my brows this way with the end of the arch. But what I'm going to do next is fill in the rest. So I'm going to take this brush and I'm just going to do it how I normally would. And I like to give very thin strokes, and I like my arch to be the most defined part, which is right up here. Next, they say to go in with the tip number 3 is the highbrow pencil. And it's this pinkish white shade. It says to apply it under the brow, following the arch, and then lightly blend. So this will brighten underneath the arch for yourself, therefore creating more of that open and wide-eyed appearance. So I just want to show you guys that's with the highbrow. So I'm going to take the Artis Linear 1 brush to blend this. Next, I'm going to put on Ready Set Brow, and this is a setting gel for the brows. Right. So let's go, I'm going to go on to this brow now, and I'm just going to zoom through it since we did the other brow first. What I can tell all of you is that by looking at my brows, I don't think that it's a bad kit. I'm not really loving the brow cream, the cream gel brow. I don't know if it's because of the brush that it comes with, but I just don't feel it gives me what I want out of it. And for that, I'm not really in love with this kit in particular. I do think though that the brow stencil is actually quite unique, and it's nice to help people create a little bit of that defined line and that arch for those of you that like it. Me personally, I don't think I need this entire kit, but if you're looking for something that has a brow gel which gives you less intricacy as a as opposed to using a pencil, I think that this is going to be a great kit. Just for this alone, for those of you that need a little help in sculpting your brows, I think that this is great. I do happen to like the highlighter pencil. I think it's good. Just not such a huge fan of highlighting pencils for under the brow, because I have other ones that I use, but I happen to like to highlight under the brow with actual eyeshadows. So that's just my personal preference. It did give me an even shape, I do feel it made my brows look a little thicker than what they are, and I typically like more of a shape of here versus underneath, but I do think it's going to give you the perfect definition under here. So for that, because of this, I do like this kit. Now I think you can actually pick this up alone. I'm not sure. I'll have a little bit more on my blog post about this product itself, but overall I think out of a 10 I would probably give this set like a 6 or a 7. You can purchase these products alone, so if you don't want all of the other products, and let's just say you wanted a brow gel, the cream brow gel, then you can go with this. It's not as pigmented as the Anastasia Dip Brows, so just be prepared that the brush was good. I'm just not in love with it with this with the one that it comes with. So I hope that all of you enjoyed this review on this brow kit from Benefit. If you have any questions, please leave them down below, and I will see all of you in my next tutorial.